everyone. Lauren Culp, your publisher and CEO at CUInsight.com, and I am bringing you a 3 questions video interview today. I'm so excited about this one. Joining me is Seth Brickman, the CEO at QCash Financial CUSO. So excited to have him. There have been so many cool things happening over at QCash, and I'm excited about this conversation. Seth, thanks so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you. I'm really excited to be able to talk with you today.
Awesome. Me too. Well, start off for us. Tell us a little bit about your background and maybe what brought you to QCash Financial CUSO in the first place.
Sure. So my background is actually pretty different than a lot of people's. I come from the big tech background. And so I was part of software innovation groups for Microsoft and for Amazon. And when I was approached about the QCash opportunity, the idea that I can use my skill sets and my customer obsession to actually make people's lives better was something that I just couldn't turn down. One of the beauties of leading QCash is every morning I get to come into work and I see our loan numbers, but I know that every single one of those loans was a family in need dealing with a life event that we were able to take out of the predatory lending cycle and into the safety of their credit union. And honestly, there is nothing that I was doing at Microsoft and Amazon that compares with literally making people's lives better every single day. Now, I started out life, weirdly enough, as a nuclear engineer in the United States Navy. So built a submarine, put a nuclear reactor on it. So I have a pretty unique background that's different from most.
You definitely do. Starting out there with nuclear engineering and then moving all the way into credit unions and changing people's lives that way. It's so cool to see the mission of QCash and the ways that you all have changed over the years. What are some of the success stories around QCash credit unions that you could share with us?
Sure. So the success stories, and the truth is, we hear them all the time, whether it's Forefront Credit Union that went live with our product and with no marketing, just putting it on their website and their mobile app, not knowing the need that was in their community and doing millions of dollars of loans in their first month, or Credit Union out of Ohio that went live with our product. And again, just putting it out there, they had people getting loans, but then they sent one email to their membership base and they saw a 500% increase in their loan volume for 2 straight weeks. Wow. And that's because of the pent-up demand. The thing that we need to remember is credit union members don't think their credit unions have, or I should say credit union members that don't have qualifying credit scores don't think their credit unions have a product to be able to help them. And so they have figured out other places to go. But with QCash, credit unions are able to bring those members back into the credit union. And those are the success stories. It's the amount of members that are getting help now that weren't able to get the help they needed. And, you know, we hear stories from actual members themselves. So whether it's credit union members broken down on the side of the road at 10 o'clock at night in the rain and a tow truck needs to get paid and they don't have the funds, but in under 60 seconds, they went to their credit union, the funds were in their account and they could pay to get their car fixed. So, you know, it depends on how you define success. For me, success is how are we making credit union members' lives easier and better? And how are we making credit unions' lives better? And I think we're succeeding in both of those paths.
Absolutely. It's so cool to hear the stories of actual people's lives that are changed through QCash and the work that you're doing with credit unions. I'm curious too, what are some of those things that you have on the roadmap for QCash that you're excited about?
So this is probably the most exciting part for me. You know, QCash is a fintech QSO. We exist to solve problems and create solutions for credit unions for the pain points that they're actually dealing with. So some of the things we have on the horizon. One of the ones that really excites me is we are finalizing our ability to offer a line of credit to credit union members through the QCash platform. So again, you're able to get a line of credit without a qualifying credit score using our patented relational underwriting algorithm. But where that gets even more exciting is through our core connections, we can align that line of credit to your shared checking account, and it can act as an overdraft protection solution for you if you overdraft your account. And so imagine credit unions having a member-friendly overdraft program. Nothing more exciting than that to me, and helps so many millions of members. But we're also looking at things like a customer acquisition product. So right now, one of the core features of our underwriting algorithm is you have to be a member of the credit union. We are currently building a new algorithm, not using credit score, but using alternative credit data that will allow credit unions to offer our loans to non-credit union members, but to also marry it with an account creation process to drive acquisition of new members into the credit union. And so again, there's nothing more exciting to me than bringing people into the credit union space so that they can understand how much better banking can be when you're banking at a credit union versus one of the institutional groups that are out there today. And so, it's going to allow members to experience that. And then I think lastly, we are trying to, in spirit of collaboration, we are partnering with some really unique CUSOs that are out there, whether it's going to be in small business lending or buy now, pay later. But we are bringing our products together as a collaborative effort to make sure that credit unions can fully meet all of the needs of their members. And so we have a robust roadmap, a robust pipeline, and we are super excited to be able to release these products.
Wow. Well, it sounds like there is no shortage of things going on over at QCash. And before we started recording, it was really cool to talk to you about the fact that you're a CUSO owned by credit unions, serving exclusively credit unions. And so it's really wonderful to hear that, hear all of the work that you're doing for members. As we wrap up the conversation, I'm curious, Seth, if you have any final thoughts you'd like to share with our audience today.
So just one final thought, and that is, we can help all credit unions. No doubt you have members that are dealing with life events that have nowhere to turn, and we want them to turn to you. But if you're a CDFI credit union, you can use your CDFI grant money to not only pay for the implementation of QCash, but also create a loan loss reserve so that you have a next to zero impact to your P&L for even the low charge-off rate that we have today. And so CDFI credit unions, this will help you keep your CDFI status, serve your community, and at the end of the day, for all credit unions, if you want to drive financial inclusion, you want to help the banking underserved, if you want to say yes to the members you can't say yes to today, reach out to QCash. We can help.
Wow. Well, what a perfect way to wrap up the conversation, and what a more perfect way for credit unions to serve their communities than to find those people who are underserved and to be able to meet their needs. Seth, thank you so much for joining us. It's so cool to hear more about QCash Financial CUSO and all the work that you all are doing. I look forward to hopefully running into you in person again soon. And until then, stay well. And thanks to all of our audience today. Take care.